this is more than a review. This is more like a conversation. This is community. This is the release room. Hi, everyone. My name is Doneisha Davis, and I am the host and curator of the release room. This is where we explore the story that's actually behind the story. I created this space so that authors can have a platform and readers can have a deeper conversation with said authors. So tonight I'm going to be sitting down with Lamars Brown, and we're going to be talking about Damaged by Necessity. So let's open up the doors and welcome in Lamars Brown.
Look, okay, introduction, okay.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain. Listen, it's Monday, so you know how that go.
Absolutely. Look, we do the best we can on Mondays. Let me
Yep.
adjust my camera. Cut me off a little bit. So this interview will be replayed on YouTube. So want to make sure we got the visuals right. Okay, yes, that's better. That's perfect. All right, so I want to let me pin this comment just in case we have people joining in, which they are, and I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
To it. I just finished this book this morning, so she's fresh on my mind.
Okay, I love to hear it.
Fresh on my mind. Okay, we're gonna pin that comment. Let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. So first, I want you to describe to us your storytelling.
So when I think about storytelling, my style is, I come authentically to the page. I am a writer first, and then I tell a story. But when I break down my storytelling, I come from a vulnerable, raw space every time that I write, because when you go in romance, you want to make sure you have some vulnerability there, but you also want the love flowing through the pages as well. So I would say my storytelling is kind of a mixed bag of things. Whatever comes to mind, whatever that character wants to say, they say it. Although I have the story in my head, I allow the characters in the story to take shape how it wants to, because I want to be authentic to the story.
Okay, okay. So we're leaving nothing is left unsaid. We put everything down on the page, no matter how we feel.
Yeah, yeah.
You had me in my feelings a little bit sometimes, but we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that because yeah, you did that. When did you realize that you weren't just writing stories, that you actually were an author? When did you realize that?
Wow, it took me a while to realize it, honestly. When I first came out with my debut novel, Built on Broken Pieces, I never wanted to put author in my name. I didn't think that I kind of fit with this new landscape of amazing authors, that we have. I think it was around Back Down Memory Lane, which was my third book, yes, that I was able to say, yeah, I do this shit.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm rocking it out, and I'm really an author. So I really took it. I always took it serious, but when Back Down Memory Lane came out, that was my book that made me feel like I was an author.
Okay, okay. And I want to say something there, but I want to get to this first. So for readers that are just meeting you tonight, what is one thing that you want them to know about you before we really get into it? What's one thing you want them to know?
That I'm as real as they come.
Okay, okay. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. So my introduction to you was back in 2024, I believe. There was a thing called the Bray book event.
Yes.
And so I'm new to the booking space, well, fairly new. I've been reading very consistently since 2020. And then I learned about this Bray event. And so I'm going through, I'm getting the free books, I'm getting them, getting them, getting them, getting them. And I come across Back Down Memory Lane. And I'm a sucker for a book with a song title because it just does something nostalgic to me. And so
Right.
I was like, yes, we're going to add this to the cart. And I was intentional in making sure not only did I add the books to my cart, but I actually read the books.
Yep.
And I read your book. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember exactly, but I do remember how I felt. I was just like, ooh, okay, that's the feeling that I remember. Like, now this is not what I thought it was going to be, and it really, like, you took me on a journey. That's what I remember. And then when I met you for the first time at Black Romance Festival, you was like, yes, I look at your YouTube videos. I was like, what?
Yes. Yes.
You look at my YouTube videos. So that was so inspiring, and that was I was like, oh, we locked in.
Oh yeah,
We're
we
locked
definitely
in.
definitely locked in, man, and I appreciate it because a lot of people, a lot of readers, should I say, download books from Bray and never really get to them because they have so many books. So it is great to hear when readers actually read the free books that you get. So yeah, thank you.
Yes, so that's the PSA. Read your Bray books. You got books
Please.
at the house. Stop downloading new. Okay, so are you from Patterson?
I am from Patterson, New Jersey, born and raised. Yes,
Let's talk about it. We got to talk about it.
yes,
Okay, so what part of Patterson are you from? Because I hear there's a east side and there's a west side.
yes.
Okay,
So I am from what they would consider the East Side.
okay,
So I'm from the Fourth Ward, which is one of the worst wards in Patterson.
okay,
And I grew up on Governor Street. My grandmom lived there, and that's where we grew up. Now, when I got a lot older, I moved to the West Side on Belmont Ave, and then I also went to John F. Kennedy High School. So that
okay.
is kind of like on the West Side. I always thought so. My family is East Side down, Fair East Side.
Yes.
By that side, we're saying, okay, we get
You
it.
said it, so I didn't
We
have
get
to.
it.
You said it.
Right, right. So I could have sworn that I was gonna graduate from East Side, go to East Side. All of my elementary school friends went to East Side because I grew up on the Fourth Ward. I went to school six on the Fourth Ward. And it was crazy transitioning to the West Side. But one thing I can say, my family was with me. And one thing about my family, we're going to stick together. You feel me? So I had
Yes.
my cousins, with me. So yeah, born and raised Patterson, New Jersey. I tell people all the time, I always shout out my city. I don't care if it's rough. I don't care. We actually, unfortunately, had a shooting last night, and it
Mm.
was six, no, five people shot, two people dead. So it is a lot going on in Patterson. So I'm not taking away from that. But let me tell you, Patterson is still where I came from. It made me the man I am today. So I always shout out Patterson. And my books are based in Patterson too. So
You
yeah.
gotta leave something for me to get to now. You gotta leave something for me, Lamarz.
I
Hold
got
on.
you.
Okay, so what is, I mean, I think you answered this, the most Patterson thing about you. And I think that, and you correct me if I'm wrong, just your rawness, your willingness to just, whatever it is, I'm going to say it, how you take it, I want to hope that you receive it, but this is the authentic me.
Yes.
Is that
Um,
right?
Yes, you got it right. And I think coming from a place like Patterson, you have to have tough skin because let me tell you, they don't play out there in the streets of Patterson. You can't be, no soft boy, on the streets of Patterson. Like you got to stand up. for yourself. And one of the things that my family is known for, the Browns, Lord, is they like to fight and they like to get in the street and tussle. So I was not with that, but I had to be with that because when my family fight, I gotta fight, or they gonna beat me up after the fight. So yeah, it's crazy.
So just so you guys understand why I'm kind of familiar, my husband is actually from Patterson as well. And he is from East Side, but
Okay.
his family moved down south when his older sister went to East Side, but his family moved down south when it was time for him to go to high school. So he
Mm,
didn't go to East Side, or he wasn't in Patterson during his formative years, as we should
got
say.
you. So he's still
But
born,
he
like
is
born
born and
in
raised
in
there.
P Town. Yeah.
Listen, and yeah, I understand because I had to tell him, calm down now, hold on now, because I'm from the South now. Got to
Mm,
break
yeah,
it down.
my wife tell me that too. She always say to me, and you read Iceland and you read Ashai. She always say, give me a little less Ashai and more Iceland. She always say that. Always. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. Okay, so a little bit more about Patterson because we talked about that the book you already disclosed that the book is set in Patterson. Why did you think it was important for you to set the book in your hometown city?
I think anything with my name on it, I have to bring it back to where I'm from to give a visual because the streets are not only, bad, but we have some good parts of Patterson as well. And Silk City, we was the first one, making it. So it's a lot of great things that come out of Patterson, and I want to show that in my books. So that's why it was important to me to pay homage to my city.
Okay, I love that. I love that. And we talked about the east side versus the west side and the
Hmm.
energy that's in there. So I would think that um like the east side is more of the raw side, whereas the west side may be a little more tamer. Is that how you would interpret?
No,
Okay.
let me tell you, they both it's both a war zone. So when you think of the fourth ward, you think of the Godwin Ave, 12th Ave, um, Hamilton, and those type of streets. But then when you
Okay.
get down to the west side, you got North Main, you got North First, North Second. So it is like it's kind of the same, and it depends on which part kind of like you're in. But it's kind of the same whether you're from Fourth Ward or you from the main or west side if you want to call it.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, since we're bigging up Patterson, because I want to make sure. Let's get this in here.
Yes.
Where is a reader happen to find themselves driving through or going to Patterson, I'm going to visit my husband's family. Where is the one place that you think we should go that really kind of, safely, but gives
Mm-hmm.
us the vibes of what Patterson is about?
I wouldn't say vibes, but I would say if you ever come to Patterson, you have to go to the Great Falls. Now they are doing a lot of construction, trying to get it looking right for visitors to actually
Okay.
come through Patterson. But you have to visit that because the falls, just to see that water and how it is amazing. But on the flip side of that, I would say, oh. Garrett Mountain, probably
Okay.
because of the views, because they have amazing views up there. But yeah, I would say those two things.
Okay.
Definitely check it out. And speaking of that, it's a scene in Blank Canvas of You, and I reference it in Damaged by Necessity when they're in that park. I don't know if you remember when they snuck in the park after hours and they
With the
got
policeman, the policeman.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm. Mhm. I know what you're talking about. Okay. Okay. I love that. So that I can replay this and be like, I want to go there.
Got you.
Okay, so I want to get into these characters, right? I loved I love that you brought influencing reality TV to this book. I am all about it. I'm all
Hmm.
about the different reality shows. Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiance, the Real Housewives franchise. I'm all about it. And I was like, okay, well, she's going to be an influencer, but it wasn't just that. It's the way that you weaved or woven her influencer job throughout the book. Because I was like, how else could he have done this without using that as a catalyst? So I thought it was perfect. I'm trying to give you a shout out and
Thank
say
you.
that that was
Hey.
perfect. Why was that specific career important for her? Why did you choose that career for her?
So when it comes to her being an influencer, I needed a way for her to connect with women on a grander level because anybody she come into contact with on an everyday basis would definitely feel the energy of Gina, right?
Okay.
So me making her an influencer gives her a platform to be the boss ass woman that she was, right? But
Yes.
it
Yes.
also gives her a way to help women heal from the past traumas that they were going through.
Mhm.
And because it was broadcast or was going to be broadcast on TV, that gives her the platform to reach the unreachable, because a lot of
Mm.
times these young girls don't have good influences in their town or around them, but they'll watch reality TV. You get what I'm saying? Because the
Absolutely.
drama, you get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
to be able, to be on a show and being an influencer, it opened it up a lot more to her ministry, if that makes sense.
Hmm. Yes, I can definitely see that. Okay,
Yeah,
how she can reach the masses, and just
yeah,
how you kept inserting like she's going live. I imagine she's going live and she's giving like these little talks,
yep.
inspirational. Okay, okay. Um, did you think about any other careers that she could have done the same thing? Was there anything else on the table?
I think being like a therapist, sort of life
Okay.
coach type of thing, it's still kind of like in the same vein when you say life coach, but I think a therapist, because let me tell you something, Gina was given some gems, and my goal was for women to walk away feeling empowered. Like, yeah, I'm that chick. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like,
Hmm.
I always like to big up my black women. I love y'all down, because if it wasn't for you guys, like, we wouldn't be where we are and who we are without the women in our life. I worship the ground y'all walk on. I'm telling you, because
Come
if it was,
on, come
no,
on.
seriously, like from my mom to my aunts, and then now my beautiful wife, and now I got a daughter. So yeah, it's, man, listen, man,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, being a girl dad, that has to be just an amazing feeling.
It is. It is. She's about to be 2 months in a couple of days. So
I feel like she was just
yeah,
born. She was just
I
pregnant. When
know.
is it?
Yes. Yeah, man. It goes so fast. Just being able, she's smiling now, trying to giggle. Like, it is it is amazing, man. It's a great feeling.
I love that. I love that. And thank you for sharing that part of your life with us, because you ain't have to do that. You didn't.
Right, but let me tell you something. When it comes to, I always tell you, I want to be authentic to me. Now, nobody has seen her because we haven't like put up pictures, but I want to be authentic. Like, my wife gave me one of the most precious gifts that you can give a spouse. So I'm thankful, and I wanted to show that, and I also wanted to show people how beautiful she was carrying our baby, because her photo shoot she did was out of this world. So
Oh my,
yeah.
I'm so glad she did that, because I'm a mom as well, and I wish I would have took more pictures
Hmm.
of my kids or of my pregnancy, because in the time you don't feel beautiful and all these things. You got a lot going on for the
Yeah,
most part, but in hindsight, looking back, you definitely want those memories. So
yeah.
that was a good look to do that. Okay, back to the book.
Yeah.
Were there any scenes that you was just like, nah, we gotta cut this out? I can't. That's a little too much. Can you give us
Um,
anything that you cut?
no, I actually kept a lot of stuff. My editor was really uh she didn't really tell me to cut a lot. I feel like I didn't need to cut a lot. Like Damage by Necessity, because it's wrote in three different acts.
Okay.
It was like nothing could be cut because literally it's like it's sequence. Like it was all put together. Like the story just flowed, and that wasn't even how it was supposed to go. I mean that last half was, it came as I was writing. Like the outline wasn't, what it was, but it all came together. So no deleted scenes. Now my other books, I got some deleted stuff, but Damage by Necessity, I kept a lot because I wanted it to be raw. I wanted it to be real. Like when people read it, I want them to be like, yo, what the is the
Yeah.
characters going through? Like it's heavy, it's spicy, it's yeah.
It yes. Okay. And because the spice, to me, it wasn't a lot. The way that I describe it is it's not a lot of spice, 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 spice. But when you get to the spicy scenes, they hunching real hard. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, let me turn this down for somebody to hear what's going on over here. But I
Right.
love that. I love that because it's like that man, he was all about that woman.
Yes, he
He was
was.
all about her, and I was just like, "Dang, can she breathe? Come on, come on for a little bit." But he was all about
Man.
her, and not afraid to. I love a man that uses his words.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me how you feeling, and what you want, and all those different things. So I love that,
Yeah.
and I love that about the main male character. Now, music. Can you give us a little bit about how does music play in your writing process as well as the playlist? Do you come up with the playlist prior to, during, or after you finish your book?
Let me tell you, music is something that I can talk for days. Like I love me some music. And I hear it all the time when people say music is life. Music is really life for me. Like if I didn't have music, I don't know how I will function because music is life. And one of the things, a caveat to that, and then I'm answering your question. One of I fell in love with my wife through music. And I know that sounds crazy, but when I first met her and we started talking about music, we literally stayed on the phone for a good 7 hours. And the last half of that is us talking about music, the music we like, pulling up music, like vibing and stuff. So when it comes to my books, the playlist is just as important as the words that flow through the pages.
Oh wow. Okay.
Point, but
So do you
it,
suggest readers they listen to the playlist as they're reading the book, or what
no,
you suggest?
no. I think that you listen to the playlist on your errands, your run, because when you go back to the book, it's going to be that feel
Mm.
of the music. So that's how you kind of like take it in. Don't read it with the book because it's already going to be playing in the background of your mind while you're reading anyway because you've been listening to the playlist.
Okay, okay. I didn't think about it like that. So it's made to be listened to, well, for to read the book and listen to the playlist separately because they
Yeah.
kind of complement each other like that. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Now, while you were writing, did any of the characters surprise you? You was like, "Oh, I didn't think that they were going to do that," or why did they do this? Did that happen with you?
It was a lot of a shy moments. A lot of a shy moments. I write something and then I'll read it back like, yo, this dude is crazy. This mofo is what the is, man. And it's crazy because I feel like, and my wife laughs when I say this, Ashai is my alter ego. He be saying stuff that I can't say. True.
I love that.
For
I
real.
love that. I love that. That's a good way to put it. Like he just be saying stuff that we be thinking, but we just
Yep.
don't say.
Because we have, some great, like, some proof about us. You get what I'm saying? But him, he
Yeah.
don't care. He don't care. So yeah.
All right. So if you guys are just joining me, you're in the release room. This is the release room. This is a live series where we talk to authors about their new release. And tonight I am talking with Lamars Brown. We are talking damage by necessity, and you want to keep staying around because we're going to learn what's next after this
That,
release. I know he just released this book, but we want to. You know how the readers do. You can't
yeah.
even drop a book real good. They want to know what's coming next. When we gonna get the
Yep.
next fix?
Look, and I'm a reader, so I do the same thing. I can't even front.
So we're gonna get to that. So y'all make sure y'all stick around. Okay, so it's like I'm trying to get a little serious. Now, this book does tackle some tough issues. There's some abuse, there's abandonment, grief, as well as some unalive situation. How do you balance your story and honesty with what the characters are going through when it comes to these topics with care?
It has to be done with care because as a reader, myself, I want to make sure that I don't want anything that'll break me. You get what I'm saying? So it has to be done with care when you put these words together. Um, a lot of emotion was put in this book because at the time that's where I was in life myself. A lot of, not a lot, all of my books is a time period of my life. I will be able to look back at these books and know where I was at each stages of releasing them or even writing them. So
Mhm.
when it came to Damage by Necessity and how heavy it was with, the grief and the unaliving, it was real. It was raw. Although it was their story, it had to be told like that. And I did have to take breaks in between those scenes and
Mhm.
those moments sometimes, but I knew that it was necessary. That's why Damage by Necessity, we're talking about the necessity of things, the why things were necessary, and it was necessary for me to be able to show trauma, but also
Mhm.
show healing.
Okay. Okay. Because that kind of leads to my next question. Because it's like, as an author, when you're writing on topics like this, I'm glad to hear that you too take breaks to take care of yourself and make sure that you're not pushing yourself too far. So I'm very glad to hear that because I could imagine just kind of sitting with that. It can be a little
It,
overwhelming.
it really can, and then especially when you got your stuff, but even your character stuff. I take my character serious. Like I feel what they feel. You get what I'm saying? I'm one of those authors that when I write, I go through those emotions with my characters.
Mhm.
So I'm carrying my stuff and they stuff, and it's just like they stuff ain't even real, but I carry it. It's
I can't tell. It feel real to me.
yeah, for real though.
Now, I mean, I think I know the answer to this. Is this something that readers, it's like your signature style, this raw storytelling style, or would you do a romantic comedy?
So I don't feel like I'm that funny. No word, because I thought about it. Like I really thought about it. I think I would do good. I just don't think I'm funny. Like now, and my wife gonna hate me for saying this. I told her like she's funny. Like she could write a lot of the like funny parts of that, but she don't want no parts of it. She don't want no parts. But I wish, but I can't. I ain't even gonna go down that lane. That's just not for me. But I'm telling you, I wish.
No, and I appreciate that because sometimes I think some authors they do get caught up in, well, the readers want this, so I'm gonna give them
Oh,
this. The readers want that, so I'm gonna give them that. Sometimes you gotta leave us where we at, and you need to do what's authentic to you and what you do best, and what
yep.
will find the readers that it's meant. That's what I think.
No, but I learned this from one of my favorite authors before I came an author, Takira Allen.
Okay.
She had wrote a series called Restricted, or a book called Restricted.
Hmm.
And the fans or the readers wanted part two. And she was like, no, I never intended to write a part two. She ended up writing it and hating it. And then, not to
Hmm.
say that it didn't get good reviews, because it still got good reviews, but a lot of people did not like it. And she was like, she will never do that again. So when I went into being an author, I went into, I'm gonna write what I want to write. And I don't, yeah.
Good for you. Good for you for sticking to staying with the plan.
Right. But let me say this. I will dibble and dabble in different genres and stuff like that. Like I'm not gonna be set on just staying
Okay.
in that particular lane. So let me do say that. But I'm gonna do it on my terms. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's fair. That's fair, right?
Yeah.
Because I imagine as an author, just like as a person, who I was 5 years ago, that's not who I am today. So I imagine the
Exactly.
same thing is probably true for authors. You're allowed to grow and to transform into different things or, to enhance or change lanes as you feel as well. So that makes
Yeah.
sense. Now, what do you hope readers feel after they turn that final page? And I'm gonna tell you what I felt.
I want them to feel complete.
Mhm.
Um, Because when you read such a heavy story like Damage by Necessity, I want the tools that was woven into the story. But I want you to turn that last page and feel complete and feel like you got everything that you needed out of the story.
Well, I'll say when I finished the book this morning, I like that's what I did. Cause I was just like, how much can we take here?
Yeah.
Where are we going now? And I also say this. So the weekend, I read the book during the weekend, and I was doing some traveling. I went on a road trip. Like, why would I go? You saw gas price. Like, why would I go on a road trip? Well,
Yeah. Whew.
I went to see my homegirl in Raleigh, North Carolina. And so
Okay.
I kind of was vlogging as I was reading the book. I didn't tag you because I know, what I was going to say. And I wanted this conversation to be kind of,
Oh yeah.
clean.
Right.
But I am going to put all the footage together and share it over there on TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, make sure you guys are following She Be
Yes.
Reading on TikTok to hear my live commentary as I was reading this book. So I'm driving. And so I had how you can get your Kindle app to read to you?
Hmm.
So I was using that to read the book as I was driving, but you can't have that up and the navigation on my phone. I couldn't have both of them up at the same
Um.
time. So I had to try to remember, okay, 20 miles to your next exit, 18 miles, something like that. I got to the part where the crew came to the mama and daddy's house.
Oh. Mm.
And I'm driving and I sat up and I was like, wait a minute. I said, what just happened? Oh my God, did this just happen? Y'all have to make sure you get to that part. And
Yes.
then when I switched back to the map, I had missed my exit. I said,
Ah,
Lord have mercy.
look,
I
look.
got
I'm
so caught
sorry.
up in the book. It was fine. It took me about 20 minutes out the way, but it was worth it. So I was like, wow, that was really a strong emotion. I almost forgot what I was doing. It's like, girl, you
Yeah.
driving. So,
That
but
letter.
that was a good switch because I was not expecting that to happen. I was like, oh, Well, for new readers stepping into your catalog in your world, do you and they see Damaged by Necessity, they're like, okay, I picked that up. Do you suggest that they go with this book, or do you want them to start at the beginning?
I think they need to start with Blank Canvas of You. Now, you don't have to read Blank Canvas of You to read Damaged by Necessity, but and that's the foundation. That's the world that Ashai and Gina came from. So Blank Canvas of You is definitely where you should start in my catalog, period. And then you move on to Damaged by Necessity, back down memory lane, and then Built on Broken Pieces. But yes.
Well, I don't know. Did I skip that question? Because oh, here it is right here. Are there any did I see an Easter egg in Damaged by Necessity from Back Down Memory Lane? Or any
Mm-mm.
callbacks? I'm sure there's callbacks from Canvas.
I did mention something. Now, I did that because oh man, I love Back Down Memory Lane. And I am going to one day, it is on the docket, in the plans, write a pre-sequel, which is going to be Lady Pearl and Mr. Willie's story. I
Ooh.
have the name already, and I picture the setting. Like, yeah, I can't wait till I get to that book, man. It's gonna be a good time. It's really gonna be a good time.
I love that. I love that. That book definitely, like I told you earlier about the emotions I had with that book. So that would definitely do my heart.
Yeah,
Something. Okay, okay. So the big question that everybody wants to know is this series done?
it is not. It is not. And I hate to say it like that. My wife gonna kill me, but it is not. But it is not gonna be anytime soon.
Oh. Don't
Yeah.
Rihanna us. Don't Rihanna us,
Oh
Lamars.
no 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 no! I got you. I got you because I already have it in my brain. Like it, I have the title. It like it's already there. So you don't got to worry. I definitely got it. I was not gonna do it. But after it just kept tugging. Now it's gonna be all four of them. So you're gonna get Mona, you're gonna get Mega, you're gonna get Ashai, and you're gonna get Gina. So it's gonna be all four of them together and not just two and two because Blank Canvas of You, you only have Mona and Mega as the main characters, and then vice versa. So
So maybe like them down the road.
yeah, it's
Okay.
gonna all come together. It's gonna all come together. I promise you.
Oh wow. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I would love that. Just catch up with them and to, kind of see them. Well, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna heal all the way or what.
those things take time, and then even when you feel like you heal, something trigger you to feel like you not healed. Then you gotta rebuild again. It's a cycle.
Definitely, definitely. I think it's more of a journey. It's not like you're broken and now you're healed. It's like it's a journey and it goes
Yep,
up, down, side to side, different.
yep.
You have to flow with it and keep waking up and keep trying again.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, you answered the question about what characters or character deserves the next story. So all four of them gonna get
Yeah,
another story. So I love
all
that.
of them. They my family at this point.
Right, right, right. But are you gonna leave the audiobook girlies hanging? What we
So
doing?
listen, I am in the background really trying to get it, make it happen. Trust me. I've been sending emails. I've been we gonna make it happen. I have to. I have to.
Yes,
So
yes.
even if I gotta do it myself, like really, really just buckle down and just do it like I did my first book, I'm just gonna have to do it.
Oh wow, that's dedication, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all reading this book so that we can get this audio book out here.
Absolutely, because they go by reviews. So yeah, if you
Yeah,
want me
yeah,
to,
we have to make sure that we're reviewing this book on Goodreads or Amazon.
Yes.
Where else do the book reviews does it count the most for authors?
They look mostly at Amazon nowadays,
Okay.
and Goodreads as well, but more so Amazon than anything.
Okay. All right. So y'all heard
Yeah,
it. Make sure, and that's a note for me too, because I think I put most of my reviews over on Goodreads. So don't
because
we post
Amazon be
each other?
bugging. It depends. If you do it on Goodreads, it won't go to Amazon, but if you do it on Amazon, it'll go to Goodreads. It's weird.
No,
Yeah,
but see, we need to know that. We need to know that
yeah,
so we can make sure that the reviews are counting because we're taking time to review the books and we want to make sure it
yeah,
has the maximum exposure. So perfect,
yes.
perfect. Now, what advice would you give to an aspiring author that wants to write complex stories like you're writing?
So when it comes to inspiring authors, I always tell them to write what you want out the gate because I was caught up, in that, and you don't want to be caught up in not writing something that you want to write. So that would be it. But when it comes to writing complex stories, is do it with care.
Mm-hmm.
Because things can be entertaining, but you have people that has been through some things in life, and you don't want to trigger something or want them to kind of snap back into that state. So you have to do it with care. Do your research. I do a lot of research. Like I'm Googling things to make sure that I speak to things the right way. And also just like bounce things off of somebody you trust as well because they'll be like, no, like you bugging. So you need that accountability is what I'm saying. So yeah, most definitely that's what I would tell inspiring authors. Write what you want and do it with care.
I love how at the end of your book you give a shout out to a lot of authors, and I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, you got some friends."
Yeah. I'm somebody that has always been, rooting for other people. Like it's just not only about me. I want to see other people win. That's why in
Mm.
my books I want to push people. Like that's what I want to see. So a lot of my author friends, I rock with. I mean, I hit them up. I ask for favors. They do it, but also them just being able to release it motivates me, man. Like it really
Okay.
motivates me. So yeah, shout out to all my author friends, like especially the male authors, because we got to stick together out in these streets. Because man, it's hard out here for a fifth.
Come on, come on. Yes, I definitely am one for going alone. It's lonely. It's harder, but if you can find community, then it's better. It's better.
Yeah,
It's easier. You have people that you can lean on or bounce things off of. But trying to do it all by yourself, it's not fun. That's just like with reading. I love a buddy read. I
I
love to
do too.
hit up somebody. I see they read a book I read. Girl, what you thought about that chapter?
Yes,
That just makes my day when I can do that. And the only way we could do that is by, I don't know who I was talking to, but I was just like, in order to have community, you first need to be community.
absolutely.
Okay.
Hmm.
So while you asking people for favors, make sure you prepared to give a favor out as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you know the crazy part is so we had four male authors released within the end of April up until the end of May. Guess what? I sat and I made a flyer with all four our books
Mm.
with our release dates. They didn't ask me to, they didn't do anything. But guess what? I want them to win. So I
Mhm.
did it. Like that ain't no sweat off my back. You don't gotta do a favor for a favor. No, I did it because I want to see you win. And guess what? We got like 400 shares and
Oh,
people like sharing that jump. Yes, like that's what I want. That's what I want. So I'm glad I got some brothers that's not jealous, that support, that we at these events, like we dropping each other names and comments when they ask for book. Like, yeah, I rocks with. And don't get me wrong, like the my sisters too, like they hold me down like something crazy. So I appreciate them. I do, because it's hard. It's hard out here.
It is. It is. So we definitely want to make sure that we remember that. Now, what do you, this is my last official question, and then we're going to get into the rapid fire, this or that.
Okay.
What do you want your author legacy to be?
I want it to be. I always think of it, and I feel like it's always different, at different times. But as an author, I want my legacy to be that I entertained, I helped heal, and I wrote the hell out my books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how I put it. Like when you think of the Eric Jerome Dickies, you think of how he, weaved romance and showed it from a black person lens, and he did it so effortlessly. You
Mm-hmm.
get that, or you got Tracy Brown, R.I.P. Her
Whoa.
books are, yeah, I'm telling you, long,
Woo.
and layered and amazing. And I tell people, well, I told this to somebody else, is when I think about Damage by Necessity, it's me paying homage to the Tracy Browns and the Takira Allens, because their books are
Mm-hmm.
so layered, and they make you walk away feeling all types of ways in a good way. And that's what I want my legacy to be. I want to be mentioned with those amazing, great authors. So absolutely.
Now you struck something in me when you said Tracy Brown.
That's my
That's
girl,
just
man.
whoa. Oh my gosh.
Yes. And let me say this though. I spoke to her like a couple of months on Twitter before she passed away, and she was gonna send me an autographed copy of White Lines, and she never got to send it. And I'm like, I wish, but yeah, she will forever be my favorite. And I held on to her last book, and I finally read it. I was like, let me read it, but I'm like, yeah, I maybe I got to go back.
Brooklyn was a trip.
Oh yeah, yeah, Brooklyn. She did a lot of that for herself, man.
Yeah. Now we can talk about that another time.
Right, right. But
Brooklyn. Okay, okay. All right, so let's get into this rapid fire, this or that. It's rapid as you want it to be, but
I got
I think I curated something here. So,
you.
paperback or hardback?
Paperback.
Paperback. Okay. Prince or Michael Jackson?
Prince. He's an artist. Like I feel like Michael is an artist too, but it definitely got to be, yeah, Prince.
I think Michael is like the ultimate entertainer,
Right.
and Prince is like
I like the
a lot of stuff was
artistic
going
side of
on
him.
with his. Say that
Right,
again.
and the artistic part of it. Like
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah,
he's just his own person, and I love that about people when they just them.
yeah. It's the what's right, what's wrong, and it's just no. This is what it is. Yeah, I love
Hmm.
that too. Ebooks or physical copies?
Oh, give me a physical copy.
Okay, okay. Biggie or Tupac?
Oh, Biggie all day. Don't play. Yeah, nah. Like that's my favorite rapper of all time. Don't play with it. I love me some Biggie, man. Mm.
Okay. New new releases or backlist copies?
Give me backlist. And you know
Okay.
why I say that is
Why?
because we all ready for the new stuff. I wrote some old shit too that's fire. Backlist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I think Blacklist doesn't get enough love,
And
but
don't.
I think that the new releases kind of introduce you to audiences, and then
Right.
they're trying to figure out, okay, what is it? I
Right.
need to get some more of this. So
Yeah.
I think
True.
they both have like their spot in the book world. But yeah, definitely backlist. There's so many books to
Yes.
read. Like, my
Hmm.
God. Drums or flats?
Drums.
Flat.
Yeah. Drums.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's two kinds of people in the world.
Yeah. I know. I
Those
get
who like drums and those who like flats. Try
it.
hard,
Man, listen,
but
tear 'em
extra
up.
sauce on the side.
Yeah,
DNF or push through?
that's hard. Cause it depends.
I know, but I
I
mean,
rarely
majority of the
DNF.
time, what you do?
I rarely DNF. I will push through. Like I'm pushing through a book right now. I'm pushing through. Like Lord Jesus, I'm pushing through. But yeah, I usually push through. Like it would have to be really. So my DNF is, I don't know if you ever read it. They turned it into a movie, Precious. But the book
Got
Push
fired.
Push. I
Oh,
I
push.
oh I had to DNF that. I
Right.
can't let. It was just too much.
That's too
Yeah.
much.
So
Okay. Okay. So that's your level of DNF. DNF. Okay.
yeah.
I get it. Because everybody be like, life is too short to be reading books you're not enjoying. And what I like to do is, I'm not going to DNF the book, but not right now. 'Cause some good stuff out here.
It,
Not right now.
but I shouldn't say this, but I it could be off for me because I play it safe a lot of times and read people I know that's good hit. Um, but I had to stop that because I'm like, I have to give authors, a try. But I think what I'm gonna start doing is, because I'm about to start, helping. I've always helped authors, but I'm really about to make it a thing.
Hmm.
So that's gonna be my reading for the ones that I don't
Yeah,
like
you
make
doing the
make
Lord's
their
work. The Lord's
yeah,
work.
make their help their dreams come true. So
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. So y'all heard it. Y'all better hit him up before he blow up.
yeah.
um, beach or mountains?
Give me the mountains.
Really?
Give
Okay.
me the mountains. Yeah, I'm the mountains. I love views.
Mm.
I'm outside. Let's go walk. Like, let's breathe in the air and like just be calm. Yeah. So
Okay. Okay. Kevin Hart or Drewski?
see, old Kevin, old Kevin, but now Drewski is like, this dude is crazy. But I would have to say, because Kevin Hart is gonna be a legend. He is a legend. I will go
Mm.
with Kevin, definitely.
Yeah, I think a lot of people be hating on Kevin
Yeah,
because
I think
he. I mean,
he
but if
be.
you think about it, his career, like he didn't. I don't think like he made the right decision throughout his career. But if you take everything and kind of average it out, like that man he's the hardest working
Oh yeah,
actor,
absolutely.
comedian, person I think I know.
Absolutely. But you got to think about it like this. Everybody has their time that they're in the spotlight in their, what they say, their prime. And he's just not in his prime no more, and that's okay. Somebody like Drewski right now is in their prime. This is his prime. Kevin Hart already hit his classic status. He already hit his ceiling. He already had his sold out, all of that. So Drewski now is working in his prime to get to that.
Okay. Yeah, I respect that. I respect that. Do you like book events or intimate settings with readers?
Give me an intimate setting. Ooh, all day. Like I can't wait to be able to do an intimate setting for readers. Like when I'm telling you, it's gonna be so yeah.
Okay, okay. You almost told it. I was gonna let you go.
Yeah, no, no.
I was gonna let you go. So I'm coming down the line. Y'all picked up what he put down. Wawa or the corner store?
I'm from the hood. Give me a corner store any day, man. Wawa
Man, it
all
be so much
nice
going
and
on in that
that.
corner store. You can
Man,
get
give me that
you
corner store.
a
I
sandwich,
just
some hair, some
yes.
clippers.
Mhm. Just the other day, I was we had breakfast. My son walked down to the store and got us breakfast from the corner store. Absolutely. Mhm.
A grumpy sunshine or the morally gray character.
Morally gray because I feel like it's
Mhm.
more entertaining to read and also write.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like both. That's why I asked
Yeah.
which one you like.
Yeah.
Okay, so slow jams or Jersey Club?
No, 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 no. Slow jam for me. Yeah, I'm a slow jam. Now we dance, so I could get down, but I'm a slow jam type of dude. Yeah, I'm the type of that. I'm the type, and this is gonna be funny. I'm the type that work out to slow jam. Like I listen to, like I don't have that, all the time. It depends on my mood, but most times it's regular songs, and I listen to R&B. I'm a R&B like all day. Give me a slow
Okay,
jam. Hmm.
okay. I didn't think I wouldn't have thought that. Okay. A love triangle or why choose?
Mm. Love Triangle because I feel like it's more entertaining and it's probably hella fun to write too.
Okay, so this is what you would read and write. A love
And right.
triangle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All all right. So closing out our this or that. If you could have, would you rather have one New York City summer, or one Patterson block party?
Patterson block party.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, you gotta take it back. Like, yo, I remember them block parties, and they still do like weekend block parties where each like mad streets in the city have like a block party. So yeah,
Okay,
it's dope. It's dope.
okay. Should take it back one time. I did a little research.
Hmm.
All right, well, we are getting ready to close the doors. But before we go, Lamar's, tell everyone where they can find Damaged by Necessity online, or where they can find it at all.
Absolutely. So of course you could get it on Amazon. I would say if you want a signed paperback copy, I have them. You order it from my site, lifelyricsentertainment.com. And yeah, just order it from there. I'll ship it right to you. I have them. Yeah, so
Okay. Now, are you going to be outside this year?
oh, absolutely. So I have two more events. I am gonna be at Black Romance Book Fest again at the end of the month. We are in there like swimwear again, so
Mhm.
I'm really excited about that weekend in Atlanta. And then in October, I'm real excited about this Southern Hearts and Signed Kisses. I am a feature author there, and I am their first male author, and right now their only male author, and that to me is a feeling that I just can't explain. So shout out to my sis Aisha and my cousin Kimberly Brown. Like they're my people. So I got that in October. And that's closing out for me. No more events, but definitely looking forward to 2027.
Okay, I love that. I love that. I'll definitely see you at Black Romance. I'm
Hey,
sorry that I
okay.
missed you at the lit. I was just like,
Oh
I saw
yeah,
you,
chocolate cake.
but I couldn't get to you. It was
No,
the
I feel.
weirdest thing.
Yeah, I know. I get you.
But the Southern Hearts is definitely going to be a time in South Carolina.
Oh yes.
I'm hoping something happens. The universe lets me somehow get there. Work on that,
Yeah, I
God.
feel.
Now, another thing I wanted to mention. Have you done any media training?
I have not.
Now, because when I did listen to your panel at Chocolate City Lit Festival, and I
Hmm.
was telling LB, I was like, he has to be media trained. The way that you answer your questions and you pronunciate and just your presence is, and even tonight, I didn't want to tell you at the
Oh,
beginning
thank
because
you.
I didn't want to throw you off, but even
Right.
tonight, you definitely have that you're given that you've been media trained. So it's
Oh wow,
really
thank you.
really nice. I like
Well,
it. I
I
like it.
appreciate that. Yeah. So I would say, but I because I was in ministry going growing up, and I think that does play a part in it too, because I had to kind of like speak in front of people and stuff. So yeah,
Okay,
I guess you could say that was some type of training. I just thought about it, but yeah,
okay,
I appreciate
okay.
that. But I want to say, I do have a new book coming out
Tell us about
May
it.
29th. It is my first erotic novella. It is titled Sweet Nectar. And it is only a paperback in event exclusive. It is not going to be on Kindle, Kindle Unlimited, ebooks, or anything. It's only going to be available on my site, Life Lyrics Entertainment. So, Sweet Nectar, I'm telling you, it is nasty, but it's nasty with a purpose.
I love that. Okay, y'all heard it. You can only get it on this website. You can't get this on Kindle Unlimited. You either have to
Not
get
even on
it,
Amazon.
or you're gonna have to go to these events and get this book. Okay, I like that. Okay, well, as we close out to the viewers, if you enjoyed tonight's conversation, make sure you are following both of us. I'll definitely be doing more release rooms because this is the release room, a recurring space that connects readers and authors to deep conversation. And if you're an author and you have a 2026 release and you would like to be on the release room, email me and let's see what we have available. I do have some slots available for the summer. The door is open. And until next time, keep reading, keep supporting, and I'll see you in the release room. Thank you so much, Lamarz. Have a great day. Night.